Good afternoon. My name is Jocelyne Neto de Vasconcelos, and I am the speaker from Angola. I'm going to briefly talk to you about a biomedical education project, our goals and methods. I would like to specially thank Dr. Maria do Céu Patrão Neves and the whole Bercluso coordination team for their incessant dedication and patience while guiding us on this journey to strengthen our regulatory bodies and capacity and ethics. I am currently the head of the Health Research Center of Angola, and our mission is to ensure the consolidation of the research center as a center of excellence while contributing to the scientific, academic, and political community with building knowledge in a conscious, ethical, responsible, and sustainable way. I am part of a technical group created by the Ministry of Health alongside members from the National Health Research Institute and the National Directorate for Medicines and Equipment. And this group was created to address issues regarding regulation in ethics, pharmaceutical, and clinical research. Currently in Angola, out of the 94 both public and private universities, sadly none teach bioethics as part of their curriculum. However, Universidade Agostinho Neto has a Center for Studies and Training in Medical Education that has strongly been promoting the study and application of bioethics. Alongside Agostinho Neto, another university, Mandume Yande Mufayo in Huila, has recently been developing projects in this area as well. At CISA, our main effort is to make available and demand GCP and GLP training to all of our researchers, and also demand that all the research projects conducted at the center have ethics approval. However, we still face several limitations, especially with the dissemination of knowledge and the inclusion of bioethics in the higher education system. With that in mind, the Ministry of Health has the goal to develop legislation on biomedical and clinical research while continuing to follow international guidelines on bioethics. It also has the goal to maintain the working groups that will create national guidelines and platforms to implement in universities, research institutions, and at the government level, such as creating the National Ethics Committee. While that committee, the National Ethics Committee, is not created, the Ministry of Health has appointed INIS to host the Ministry of Health Ethics Committee. And in May last year, all of the internal tools have been reviewed for the better functioning of this body. We reviewed all internal regulations, documents for project submission, and the team of members. We still feel that there is a great need for trained, engaged, and committed professionals, as well as funding mechanisms to propel all the efforts in place. As part of the Bercluso initiative, the technical group that I mentioned before participated in a training action in Cape Verde in February 2020 with the main goal, and came out with the main goal and action plan to support all initiatives being developed at the national level to strengthen ethics committees and regulatory authorities, and also to create legal instruments that assign powers to evaluate, authorize, monitor, and terminate any biomedical research projects and clinical trials ongoing in the country. We also came out with a commitment to promote the conduction of biomedical research projects and clinical trials according to GCP and GLP guidelines. That has been successfully attained, and we still maintain the goal to promote the conduction of biomedical research projects according to GCP and GLP guidelines. Additionally, we came out with the commitment to create a mechanism for the control of biomedical research and clinical trials, and for that we were supposed to contact the WHO and UNESCO offices in Angola to request recommendations for information technology professionals or companies that could help us create this digital platform for the registration of biomedical projects, past and ongoing biomedical research projects and clinical trials. Unfortunately, this task has not yet been completed. We also came out with a commitment to critically analyze all of the biomedical research projects submitted to the INISH Ethics Committee. And this is ongoing and it has been successfully achieved. And we also had the goal to contribute to the write-up of the bill that will legally create the National Ethics Committee and provide guidelines for the realization of clinical trials and biomedical research in Angola. That has successfully been completed in October last year. In terms of strategy, all of our actions and interventions have been aligned with those of the international and regional bodies such as the WHO and AVAREF. So we have been actively participating in the online sessions that have been organized by AVAREF. We have been participating in the webinars promoted by Berkluzo, and we have been following up on our training in Cape Verde, meeting regularly for debates about the projects, the goals and the limitations that countries have been facing. We have created a local WhatsApp group for all the Ministry of Health of Angola Berkluzo participants. This has been very useful for sharing news and updates in terms of ethics and regulatory issues. And we have successfully engaged with writing the proposals for guidelines and bills for biomedical research and clinical trials. And we hope that the current group of Berkluzo trainees will become the future trainers of other colleagues in the context of ethics and biomedical research and clinical trials. Thank you very much for your attention. This has been all that I had to share. This is the group that I'm part of. It is a group that includes legal experts, researchers, university teachers, pharmaceuticals, and we have all been diligently working to strengthen our national regulatory authorities and ethics committee. Thank you very much.